Oh, Sue's just spotted Mr. Bean. Let's have a look. The beauty of spending a couple of days in a particular place, it enables you to see more things than you would normally do just for a one night stay over. Yesterday we did the Vouvray wine tour, and today we're going to explore one of the great chateaux of the Loire Valley and then spot a lunch in the beautiful town of Amboise. Chateau De Chenonceau is the most visited and photographed chateau of the whole of the Loire Valley, which of course means at peak times it can get very busy. And because it's so popular, there is plenty of parking spaces, but be warned, when you park your bike or car, it's quite a long walk down the avenue to get to the actual chateau itself. So finding our convenient place to park and bearing in mind the heat of the day, we decided we'd change into something more comfortable to do the actual tour itself. It's a fair walk, which is why we got changed, so we can enjoy it more, but beautiful. I love these beautiful tree-lined avenues. The French do so well, courtesy of Napoleon, of course. Externally, the chateau has 356 turrets, chimneys, spires and towers, and the interior is equally extravagant, with 426 rooms, 77 staircases and 282 gigantic fireplaces. So as you can see, not too busy, not full of grottos at all. Stunning building, ruined by thousands of tourists flogging it up.
Which way to, darling?
No, Mr. Bean. Oh, Sue's just spotted Mr. Bean. Let's have a look. The chateau is unique in that it's built over the River Cher with its main structure supported by piers in the water. In its history, it's acted both as a residence and was sometimes used as a bridge to transport people from one side of the river to the other. The main bridge is a double-decker bridge, with the ground floor used for horse-drawn carriages and the upper floor used for pedestrians. The second bridge was added in the 19th century, and the arches underneath the chateau are wide enough to allow boats to pass through. It's a stunning piece of architecture, and you can see why it's so popular. The chateau receives around 800,000 visitors each year, making it one of France's most important tourist attractions. So we had our cultural fix for the day, and now is off to Amboise for a spot of lunch. Amboise is a beautiful medieval town with its own magnificent chateau, probably most famous as the burial place of Leonardo Da Vinci in 1519. And definitely worth coming back another time for a visit, but right now we just wanted a bite of lunch because there's only so many chateaux you can see in a day. Amboise for a spot of lunch as it's steaming hot. Amboise, and Sue's trying a galette, which is some kind of,
It's like a crepe
like a crepe with
bacon and cheese and potato.
Ah.
And an egg.
Excellent. Well, that was a very lovely lunch in Amboise. Beautiful little town. And now we're going to head back to Tours and get changed in something more comfortable and wander around the town, maybe look at some shops. Village of Amboise, and we bumped into two fellow travellers.
Hi, Anne Raleigh.
And
James Raleigh. We came in to Cherbourg, across Normandy, Belgium, Germany, Luxembourg, back into France, and today we go to Le Mans and we go home on Friday.
And you've done all that in 2 weeks. How many miles are you doing? 2,441 kilometres. So far?
So far.
Wow. That's a hell of a journey. After a nice chat and swapping travellers' tales with James and Anne, it was back on the bikes to head back to the hotel. last night in Tours, folks, and it's clouded over a bit, but that's not dampened my appetite for a Guinness because it's beer o'clock. Yeah! And then we'll decide where we're going to eat. But I've got an Irish pub calling me, so we'll check it later. So this is our last night, and we decided to push the boat out and go to a nice French restaurant.
Michelin Starred restaurant.
Is it? It was recommended by the receptionist at the hotel, so we're just starting off with some. Anyway, we're having a half bottle of Puy Gourmet, which is really nice. Anyway, there's an aperitif before the starter comes. We've got the main course, which is what is it? Leg of lamb or leg of lamb, merci, and with some Pinot Noir. Well, that turned out to be an excellent choice for dinner. One of the best meals we've had in France, and certainly some of the best wine I've ever tasted. So before we leave the beautiful town of Tours, how would we rate our stay at the Best Western Central Hotel?
We planned 3 nights in Tours, so we wanted somewhere where we could walk to the old town touristy stuff, bars and restaurants. And as the Best Western Central Hotel had the mandatory secure parking, we opted for that. That turned out to be a very good decision. From riding into the large flat tarmac car park, we started to experience the exceptional customer service. Morgan, one of the receptionists, greeted us and directed us to a large space where we were advised the bikes would be safe and well away from any cars. We were originally assigned a room with a wet room. It was clearly designed with wheelchair access in mind, so was very large. A throwaway jokey comment from me about managing just fine without a tub was enough to fire Morgan into action, and our room was changed immediately. The new room, number 101, was lovely. The hotel was apparently an old convent in years gone by, so the ceilings were high, which made the room feel even more spacious. I don't typically make a big deal of the decor in the places we stay, one hotel room being often much like another, but it would be unfair not to mention the lovely wall paintings and the furnishings in both the bedroom and the ensuite, which incidentally had a large tub and a shower. The bed was huge and the smart TV had numerous channels including English-speaking options. The Wi-Fi was excellent, there was plenty of storage, a fridge and a coffee machine, and the room window looked directly over the bikes. The hotel has a bar and offers breakfast but not an evening meal. It is only a few minutes walk to 2 main areas which have numerous restaurants offering everything from French to Lebanese, Indian and a multitude of other cuisines. So it wasn't a problem. We had a couple of relatively low-priced evening meals and a Burger King on this trip, so decided on our final night in Tours to splash out and visit a highly recommended Michelin Starred restaurant. We both like good food but have a couple of disappointing experiences with supposedly top-notch restaurants. This one, however, Le Laurentiis, was excellent. There were a number of times when we needed some advice or assistance with something in the room, and Morgan went out of his way to help. We only had a little interaction with his co-workers, but the theme of exceptional customer service seems to run through the hotel. For those of you who've seen our reviews before, you'll know I'm very quick to call out poor service, so it's only fair to recognise where someone has really gone above and beyond. If we could have graded the service 6 out of 5, we would. Tours really is a lovely place, as are the towns and villages in and around the beautiful Loire Valley. We're already investigating the various ways of returning, and we would have no hesitation staying at the Best Western again.
Well, good morning, folks. We've just had an amazing 3 nights here at the Best Western Hotel in Tours, and today we're going to head north to Alençon, but first we're going to have a pit stop and maybe a coffee in Le Mans, and we'll check out the Le Mans Museum if it's open. So we're going to load up and we'll catch you on the road. So the plan was our first stop would be Le Mans, which is about an hour and a half away, where we're going to have a coffee at the very famous cafe, which was located near the racetrack, and hopefully check out the museum. And then before we get to our final destination of the Chateau De Chenonceau, we were going to stop in Saint-Cenery-le-Juré, which is supposed to be one of the most beautiful little villages in France. So it's time to hit the road.
reminiscing about the time when we first met. I don't know what is good enough.
Le Mans is obviously most famous for being the location of the annual 24 Hours of Le Mans, which is one of the greatest sports car races in the world. And the car that covers the greatest distance in 24 hours is the winner. But all teams have to rotate 3 drivers through the car during the race, with no single driver behind the wheel for more than 14 hours in total.
I can say or do, make it come undone.
In fact, this stretch of the road we're actually riding now is known as the Mulsanne Straight, and it's a section of the race where most accidents tend to occur, particularly when fatigue starts to creep in.
You're better off alone, since you.
Sadly, we discovered that all the roads were blocked to the museum because we're only 4 days away from the big race itself, so we decided we'd just head to the cafe and grab a coffee instead.
I still haven't heard anything from you. You say love is a fool, and so I am too. I really don't know if it's good enough. Baby, little by little you wear me down. Little by little my actions won't be forgiven. I wish I could be sorry for the things that caused you harm, but nothing I can say or do will make it come undone. So even though I hate the thought of leaving you, I hope you come to terms and have it in your heart to end it all. You're better off alone.
Well, here we are, folks, in Le Mans. Not quite what we expected. We wanted to go and see the Le Mans museum, but it's all closed off because the big race itself starts in about 4 days, and there's massive preparation going on, and they're closing loads of roads, etc. But we are here, the Endurance Cafe, so at least we can stop and get a cup of coffee. So let's go and take a look. Like it's already started. Bonjour. Wow. This is the Endurance Cafe. Yeah, I'll just have a quick spin around and we'll go sit outside. Look at this, it's all set up. Almost like they're expecting somebody. I might have an eclair actually. I'm disappointed we couldn't actually get in to see the museum. We're going to console ourselves with chocolate eclair and coffee.
Much better.
other side, I would be there somehow. We would just make believes that I would fall in a lucid dream. I'm wide awake in dream. I'm wide awake in dream. You know I waited for a love note, anything to keep me afloat. I'm wide awake in a dream. I'm wide awake in dream. I'm wide awake in dream. You know I waited for a love note, anything to keep me afloat. I'm wide awake in a dream. I'm wide awake in dream. I'm wide awake in dream. You know I waited for a love note, anything to keep me afloat. I'm wide awake in a dream. I'm wide awake in dream. I'm wide awake in dream. You know I waited for a love note, anything to keep me afloat. I'm wide awake in a dream. Is there a way to pretend we're still more than just friends?
Set in the beautiful hills known as Les Alpes-Moncel, Saint-Seinery-le-Juré is a picturesque village officially listed as amongst the most beautiful villages in France. So what better place to stop for a coffee? Stop for a coffee in this beautiful, apparently one of the prettiest villages in France. And the sun's come out.